Yeah. Cold air, bright flame, hit a crest when we enter. When the crest covers, circle tight, we remember. Power in the whispers, protection in the spell. Etching in our bloodline, yeah, we know it well. Strong minds, strong hearts, every sigil intentional. Love keeps us guarded, magic multi-dimensional. We rise together, no throne, no lone caster. Sisters and brothers, every spell cast faster. Ice in the wind, but the bonds stay warm. Through shadow and storm, we transform. This ain't fear, this is faith in motion. When the crest covered, strength, love, devotion.
You are listening to the Winter Crest podcast. I am your host, Paul Abayarafu, and I'm joined with the wonderful, the amazing Orinda, who just released an absolutely fabulous song that you can find on Magic Music Spells. Did I get the name right? What is the name?
Magic Spell Music.
Magic Spells Music. And so we're going to be talking with her today. But before we start our discussion, there is so many wonderful things happening in the world of music and magic. Mm-hmm. We have had the privilege of meeting wonderful musicians from the East Coast. So we give a big shout out to our brothers and sister witches on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. We look forward to collaborating, to working with you. We look forward to all of the music we will do together, the interviews, roll code, television, and all the other things that's going on. So we are so ecstatic to know you, and we have been blessed by you. Hopefully we can get some of them to come on this podcast to talk with us. And but there's a lot of things going on all over the country. Mm-hmm. But there's also the haters that don't really like what we're doing. And some of it is racism.
Oh, yeah.
Some of it is just there's a lot of jealousy that our positioning, our posturing just looks so good. Mm. And it is touching many, many, many lives. Mm-hmm. And so Wintercrest, I thank you for your support. Yeah. We thank you for every love gift, for every offering, for the grunt work, for all of the things that you have done to aid us, to facilitate us to be here. We have headquarters, and we're looking now to purchase a $3 million headquarter. Mm-hmm. And so we're in the process of doing some great things in the magical community. We're on the precipice of getting 501c3 compliance. Yeah. And so there's a lot of things that's going on in the magical world that I think is going to benefit Wintercrest and the magical world at large. Mm-hmm. For a long time, it was believed that magic was only seized by the elderly and the white. Mm. Yep. And many black practitioners just claimed hoodoo. They were afraid of the word witch. And that came because of so much misinformation. Yes. And people being mistaught about what witchcraft is. Witchcraft is the craft of the witch. Right. It's not demonic, what they would call demonic or what they would call evil or nothing of that nature. Right. And so we're redefining and realigning positions so that we can reach our full potential. Right. Speaking of potential, I don't have one of my books in the studio with us, but my new book just came out. Yeah. And I encourage and ask all of you, if you have not purchased a copy, to do so. It is called Power.
It is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. That is so kind of you to say.
I love reading it. It's amazing. It's truly transformational. It's transformative. I think anybody who reads Power will have a deeper understanding of divinity, will have a stronger connection to the divine mind. No matter what path of spirituality you practice, I think you can be benefited by this book. Buy it. Buy Power. by Paul Rafu on Amazon and on Kindle. Buy it, buy it, buy it.
I concur. Buy the book. So you can get that anytime. You can also get it from my magical store, Divine Direction. You can get it from there too for those of you that are in the East Texas area. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of exciting things happening. And we are really excited to be a part of it. But we're changing the status quo that magic is to be all inclusive. Magic don't belong just to the European people. It doesn't belong to just a Pacific group. And see, that's my issue with closed systems. Whether it's witchcraft or Yoruba or hoodoo, voodoo, whatever have you. I don't really like when people try to close off divinity.
Right.
Or even try to racialize it. You know, there's been some terrific, terrible, horrible things that has happened to my people. Now, I am both. I am Native American. I am African American. I have Caucasian blood in me. So the family reunion was kind of confusing. And there's been a lot of things that one race has done to another race. And rightly so, you should talk about it.
Absolutely.
You know, there's no way to condone injustices nowhere. I am not saying that. I'm a fan of Malcolm X. I'm a fan of some of the things that some of our brothers have said. I'm a fan of Jesse and some of the others. So I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is when it comes into the areas of divinity, we need to not racialize the conversation.
Or genderize it.
Or genderize the conversation.
Is that a word? Genderize?
Well, we're making them up as we go.
Don't genderize.
We're making them up as we go. So that's great. So that is so important to do that because who are us to tell divinity who divinity cannot deal with?
I ain't gonna do it.
You know, and so and I understand black rage. I understand it. I get it. I understand hostility. I understand Democratic frustration or Republican frustration. I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't play those games when it comes to the realms of spirituality.
Yeah.
I sincerely believe that spirituality supersedes
Absolutely.
everything else. And so, in my opinion, magic is more powerful and relevant than Democratic Party, than the Republican Party, than white, black, than your little groups or your little carvings. If it wasn't for magic, what the hell is your carving for? You see? So I believe that when we settle down and implore magic, and this is the beautiful thing about it. And I didn't mean to go here. I wasn't trying to talk about this tonight. But if it doesn't matter what the other is doing. So if I get involved with my magic, I don't have to try to convert the slave masters to do the magic. My magic will handle that.
Absolutely.
Or if it's a black guy holding me up, my magic will handle that. Or if I'm at the club and they're starting to shoot, my magic will handle that. And like the people of Haiti, you know, it was a process of magic that threw off the French forces that liberated the continent, the people. And so when they get to talk about these things that because you have certain pigmentation that you are privileged, no matter which way you go.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's absolutely wrong. And it's like you've taught from the beginning, the greatest magic is self-discovery. So if you're doing your own work, if you're doing your shadow work, if you're trying to figure out your problems, you ain't got time to be looking at who's calling themselves who and who's reaching out to this Orisha, who's trying to talk to this Viking god or who's trying to talk to this Norse goddess. If you're doing your work, you don't have time to be trying to figure out who's talking to what divine being. You focused on your magical walk. You focused on your spiritual path. You focused on making magic work for you. I'm selfish. I don't care what other people call themselves. I don't care what systems they practice. I don't care who they call on, who they summon, who they conjure. If they want to say that they are the queen of Satan, and they are Satan's queen that nobody know about, but if they Satan's queen now, okay, do that. As long as you're not interfering with my will, you live your life. Whatever you think that is. I don't have no judgments for other people. I don't care. I'm not telling nobody else what to do or how to practice. I would like for that to be reciprocated. Don't tell me as a black person I can't call myself a witch. I can call myself what I want. I can call myself a wizard being a woman. I can be a wizard if that's what I choose to be. You cannot tell another grown human being how they're supposed to call themselves, who they can speak to in magic. Like, oh, your gender pushes you over here. You can't talk to Venus because you're a man. Or you can't call yourself a witch because you're a man, or because you're black, or because you're from the African diaspora. I don't believe that. I don't receive that. And as long as I'm alive and as long as I'm practicing magic, I'm going to practice magic in a way that feels right for me. And whoever don't like it, that's their problem. It's not mine.
To hell with them. It's amazing how we proclaim out one side of our magical mouths that the magic community frees us from Abrahamic patriarchy and hierarchy.
Yeah.
And then at the other side of our magical mouths, we tell people what they can and can't do. All right? It's fucked up.
It's so fucking hypocritical.
It's fucked up.
It is just mind-boggling how hypocritical that is. It's astounding. Like, is there other people inside of you talking and y'all step away from the mic and you don't know who's there? Is there another person in you that said something and you don't know what you just said? You talk about freedom, you talk about liberation, and then you go back and tell people what they can't do, what they not supposed to do. That is against freedom, that is against liberation.
And there's a lot of black people that tell white people they can't practice hoodoo, and listen to what they say. They said because hoodoo is an African and Indian centric religion that's there for oppressed people. That is mixed African, Native American, and Christianity, but Christianity is a European religion.
Right.
But white people can call on it. But if it's divine, if it's divinity,
right,
then you should be able to call it no matter what you are.
You should.
I disagree with the concept that white people can't practice hoodoo or black people can't call Thor.
Right.
I'm a chaotic magician. I practice chaos magic. I'm an eclectic chaos magician. And so a witch, if you will. And so I believe you can do whatever work.
Yes.
I'm not for the formulas or the pageantry. Personally, I think most of the pageantry is bullshit, and I think it's boring. Now, I'm not trying to hurt no one's feelings. That is my opinion personally.
Your experience, absolutely.
Not my experience, because I have very little experience with that. Okay, not my experience, but my perspective on it. I do some ceremonial magic, but I think a lot of what they call the ceremonial religion is just bad acting. It's bad acting. And that's why a lot of people think that it's powerless. Okay? And it's sad that if you go to a charismatic or a Pentecostal church, the ones with the wooden floors and the raggedy seats, you can feel more presence of spirit there than you can in many witchcraft circles.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, there's a lot of pageantry that goes on, very little power that happens. I know it's going to piss some folks off, but I don't care. I said what I said. And bottom line is this, is that magic is for anybody that wants to call on it. Yes. I don't think Papa Legba is going to be strangling white people if they call him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay? And really it makes it even look worse because with all of the things that African Americans have suffered in this country, where were the Orishas doing this? It took 400 years. Yeah. So either the people did not know how to summon these beings, Or did the beings really care? Now, Mama Oya is my mother. I claim Mama Oya. And I don't think that's the case with the Orishas. I think this is what I believe happened with the 400 years things. According to your faith, so be it.
Yeah.
If you have the gumption and the faith in the deity that you call, you can push off the shackles of any oppression.
Yeah.
Just like Haiti did to the mighty military of the French armies. So I laid the front with the acceptance of a weaker religion like Christianity.
Absolutely.
And that's, we got Christian witches on here, so I'm not trying to make you upset.
Right.
But I'm just saying a religion that tells you to turn the other cheek toward your oppressor, I consider a weaker religion.
Absolutely.
But one that teaches you how to curse him.
Yeah.
One that teaches you how to push back the hand of your enemy.
Right.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
And you need to have faith and security to do that. And you got people today that will not push back the hand of what oppressed them today.
Yeah.
You know, they just think if they sprinkle some water, do some libations, call upon a name, the ancestors just ride in like the Lone Ranger and preserve them from all their things. Now, I love the woo. I claim the woo. I am about the woo.
Yeah.
Okay? Some have called me the father of woo. Call me that. I don't care. I love the woo. I believe magic can do amazing things.
Absolutely.
But the wielder must have faith
Yeah.
that it can do those amazing things.
Yeah.
You gotta have the confidence and the faith that those things can be done.
Yeah. And I think too, if I can go back to that example that you painted about the 400 years plus of slavery, everybody didn't have the same experience with slavery who lived in that time. You had some people who were brought to America as slaves, and they fought and they rebelled and they went back to their homelands. And they were not indoctrinated with the turn the other cheek and obey your master as unto Jesus and all of those other things. So you can kind of see those who were slaves who adopted you get yours in the by and by, you suffer here, but you obey your master as unto Jesus. They accepted that for over 400 years. Not saying that they chose it, but it was a belief that they accepted into themselves. And then you had other people that came to the United States and became slaves and fought for their freedom and refused to be slaves, even if it meant murking somebody out of life or rebelling or having a revolution or doing some Nat Turner revolts, whatever they had to do to get out of their situation. So you can kind of see that played out in various ways. Some people stayed on the plantation, had kids on the plantation, grandkids on the plantation. Some people was like, give me liberty or give me death. I'm not going to live like this. So I'm going to fight until you go, I go, however this goes. And then others was like, we going to leave and we going back, or we going to leave and we're going back to our place, or we're going to Canada or escaping. And so you kind of, I don't think everybody's slave experience was the same. I think it was according to their faith and their belief and what they believed, that how their life played out in that tragedy. And I'm not saying slavery was better for some people, but I think that their choices and their actions affected the results of how magic.
Abdullah.
Yeah.
Abdullah was a black man during that subjugated times. And yet he was able to go to the opera and sit in the VIP section. He never faced discrimination.
Right.
Because he understood how magic flowed, the Jewish mystical rabbi. And Neville Goddard, which was one of his students. They had that discussion where he told Neville he wanted to go to the ballet or something like that. And Neville said, well, I'll go get the tickets for you. He said, why are you going to get my ticket?
Yeah.
And Neville said, well, they're not going to let a Negro go get the tickets. He said, watch me. Not only did he go get his tickets, he sat in with the white folks. He didn't sit in the colored only section.
Right.
He sat where the white folks sat. And he's as dark can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So see, I believe that there is nothing impossible for magic in God. And if you're truly magical,
Yes.
then there's nothing impossible for you to be able to do. When you
Right.
align yourself and you connect yourself with that magic,
Yeah.
you can do amazing things.
Absolutely.
We don't have to sit back and cry about what happened. We should acknowledge what happened.
Yes.
We should acknowledge our ancestors that went through that.
Yes.
But we shouldn't say, well, because our ancestors suffered,
Yeah.
y'all can't practice hoodoo.
Right.
Or because it is right here, Papa Legba gonna kill you. And you turn Papa Legba into Candyman. Are you following what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And I have great respect and love for the Orishas.
Yeah.
But I have very little respect for the intelligence of most humans.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, because they judge things and they gauge things based on their prejudices
Yeah.
and their biasness, and they won't study the stuff. They
Right.
won't study the shit. They just sit back and they say shit
Yeah.
that makes no sense to nobody
Yeah.
except for themselves.
Yeah. And I think too, the audacity to think that you can speak for power to say that no whites only or blacks only, like, did they make you their spokesperson where you think you have the authority to, you ain't getting in here with them shoes on and block somebody from a power? How could you think that that's okay? That you can tell somebody who they can and cannot call on or summon or have a relationship or have a magical connection with. I wouldn't dare do that.
Right.
You know, you practice and connect with whatever divine being and entity that you feel drawn to and connected to, and they mutually want to connect with you back. That's your magical path. I don't have anything to do with that. And like I said before, I'm selfish in my magic, so I don't look at what other people doing or what they should be doing or cultural appropriating or any of this other kind of garbage. I'm like, look, you live your life and you practice the type of magic that you feel is right, as long as whatever you're doing and your magical practice is consensual and everybody is consenting to it and everybody is of the age where they consent and they understand what is going on and you're abiding by the laws. That ain't my business. And so I see these posts online and I be like, I wouldn't make that statement. That's not something I would say. That's not something I would do, but it's not my business. So I scroll on by because I'm not going to argue with a grown person about what they can and can't do. I'm not going to do that.
So basically what we're saying is that magic is free for all.
Yes.
And regardless of your ethnicity or the region of the world you come from, magic is just as available for every person as air is. And when we take our beings, whether it's Yoldaboth, Adonai, Yeshua, Obatala, Oya, Yemaya, these beings, these powers are there for those that are connected to them and those that call on them. And we need to get this racism bullshit out of it.
Yes.
The very fact that you have some people that, like, there's this clash with the Egyptians, black or white, which is a fair argument. You know, I mean, Slavic, they were black.
Yeah.
And to Ptolemy got there.
Yeah.
Dr. Henry Clark taught us this. But there's some magical practitioners that think Cleopatra was a white woman. And they use the magical processes of Africans, but they don't give proper accreditation to Africans. Now, that's an argument. We can talk about that. We can deal with that argument. However, when we're dealing with Bast or we're dealing with Osiris, Osar, or we're dealing with Isis, we're dealing with any of the deities, those deities are powers.
Right.
And any human being with a connection to them can call on them.
Absolutely.
Okay? And that's basically what we're saying. You can't block who Osiris talked with,
Right.
or who Isis talked with.
Right.
At the same time, you just can't take Osiris' color
Yeah.
and turn the deity white. Okay, when
that's what
it
you
was
want
an
it to be.
African when it was an African deity, right?
Yeah.
So we got to clean this up, and especially in the magical pagan community.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't want to be as divided as the Christian community.
Absolutely. Oh.
So we need to kind of clean this up.
Yeah.
And just leave everybody the hell alone and let them follow the path that they choose to follow.
Right.
And move the way they choose to move with intelligence and strength and knowledge to make their lives better. And with that, we're at the 25-minute mark. Look here, thank you for listening to us. This is the Wintercrest Podcast. All on Wintercrest, we love you. We hope that you take these podcasts as instructional videos to add to your magic so that you'll be stronger in your craft. There are great things in store for Wintercrest, and
Yes.
I am so fortunate and blessed to lead Wintercrest, to be the high priest, the head elder of the Wintercrest Convent.
Yeah.
And every day we're growing all over the world, and we intend to continue to grow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let Orinda give you all of our links and websites and stuff, and then we will conclude this podcast and into next time. So go ahead and tell them where they can find all of our things.
You can find us at our website, wintercrestcoven.com. You can find us on YouTube at Wintercrest Coven on YouTube. You can find our music channel, Magic Spell Music. You can find our Christian Mystic channel, Cross and Candlelight, also on YouTube. Am I forgetting anything?
Testing the Bible.
Oh, you can find our channel where we go through and explore the Bible and look at the Bible critically at Testing the Bible on YouTube. There's also a podcast for Testing the Bible, and there is a podcast for Cross and Candlelight. All of those are on Spreaker. All of those are on
Yarncraft.
Google. All of those are on Audible, wherever you can find a
Yarncraft with
podcast.
Jazz.
Yeah, I do some yarn stuff. It's called Yarn Crafts by Jazz. You can find that on YouTube.
Did we do the Magic Spells music?
Yeah, I did Magic Spell Music. That's our music channel
the
that
book.
we're working on. And don't forget to get your copy of Power on Amazon and on Kindle. You can get a physical copy if you're into paper and like to hold the book, or you can get a digital copy for your phone, for your iPad, for your Kindle tablet, or whatever. Get the book, download it, buy it, read it. The book will help you understand divinity in a way that will empower you magically, that will speak to you magically. It will connect you to the divine in a powerful, beautiful, and magical way. Get it. If you're ever confused or you have any questions about who the divine is, Paul Rafu breaks it down in Power. Paul Rafu breaks it down for you to understand how magic works and how to connect to the divine. By Power.
Yeah. Cold air, bright flame, hit a crest when we enter. When the crest covers circle tight, we remember. Power in the whispers, protection in the spell. Ancient in our bloodline, yeah, we know it well. Strong minds, strong hearts, every sigil intentional. Love keeps us guarded, magic multidimensional. We rise together, no throne, no lone caster. Sisters and brothers, every spell cast faster. Ice in the wind, but the bonds stay warm. Through shadow and storm, we transform. This ain't fear, this is faith in motion. When the crest covered, strength, love, devotion.